Hello again, this is Whatcast and I am Matt. So today's little clip here then from a little live stream that I did on TikTok is of a guy called Sea Level with a C, C-E-A. And he decides that, well, he actually didn't decide. I forced him into the situation. He was chirping off in the comments with his caps lock over and over again like they all do. And the fake laughing emojis that they all do, that shit, right? And so I thought I'd just invite him up and see if he came. To his credit, that's the only bit of credit he's going to get. He did come up, and he went straight to the Eric Dubay 200 proofs, laziness, and started to talk about gas pressure without a container and all that. One of the usual talking points. Conversation moves on. Another one of these talk over people. By the way, I've got plenty more from this guy. If you want me to upload the rest of the conversation or in pieces or whatever, let me know in the comments. But he starts demanding evidence of gas pressure without a container. And then guess what happens? He receives it. And guess what happens? He denies it. Take a look. Cheers. Oh, by the way, please, I'll never ask anyone. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, etc., etc., etc. See ya.
Y'all talking bad about flat Earth, and y'all don't have the right information.
Yeah, give us the right information then.
Pressurized systems.
Yeah,
they need to be contained. I'm sorry, debate is over, fellas.
That's right. Apology accepted. Did you know about pressure gradients? You do, because I've heard you talk about this a trillion times with everybody else.
You have to have a container for that.
Yeah. How does
you
that
can't
work
have a gradient without a container?
Yeah. How does?
What do you mean? How does it work?
It's a pretty straightforward question.
Yeah, you can't have a gradient without a container. You need a container to get the gradient in the first place.
How?
What do you mean how? That's the only way you can have a gradient.
Something.
It's a
you need
differential at the top and the
something
bottom.
to contain it. Would that be fair to say?
We live in a pressurized system. Do you not breathe pressurized air?
Did you hear the question I asked?
I thought I just asked the question. What'd you say?
Yes, you've asked several questions already. Did you hear the question
Did
I
you
asked?
answer any of them?
You know the answer, don't you?
Already.
Like, why are you here?
I know the answer. I'm telling you all that the debate is over because you all need to realize you need a container to have pressure on Earth. Do you all not realize that?
You need something to contain the matter, yes.
Can we get to the point of what we just said a minute ago?
Gas. You breathe in pressurized
Sea Level, can you answer this? Like, I'm going to get to.
Step out, guys. Good to meet you.
So what is it?
What do you know?
So what is it that makes you more intelligent than every physicist and scientist in the world that hasn't figured out that we need a container?
Why you say I got to be more intelligent than all the physicists?
Yeah. So no, what I'm saying is that they have to all be stupid or lying, according to you, right? Every single one.
Yeah, they might just not be telling you the truth.
All of them. What time do they? What time do they get let? At what point do they in their PhD studies?
I don't know. I can't answer for them, sir. I can't answer for them. All I can tell you is what I know, and what you should know, and what you should realize.
So why have they missed that then? Why have they missed that vital information?
Have they missed it? Maybe they didn't miss it. Maybe they just want you to miss it.
Yeah, because I'm so important to them, and me on this 56 people.
I feel like they didn't miss it. This is just antiquated knowledge from hundreds of years ago.
So what
that
are you saying?
Updated
You don't need that?
Proven wrong.
Are you all missing the point? Or y'all just going this guy?
No, I think you're missing the
point
updated information.
You know the answer.
What's the updated information?
So the globe answer. So I'm going to tell you anyway. You know the answer anyway. But the answer is gravity holds it down, and then there's a pressure gradient that gets less and less and less dense until we're in space. That's the answer that you know that we're going to say. So why don't you just start there?
Why do you say gravity?
We can cut to the chase.
Why do you say gravity? Can you show me gravity holding anything at all?
What do you mean? There's a measured downward force.
You think gravity can hold gas is what you're telling me, and that's nonsense.
That's what every single physicist and scientist in the world that you laugh at. Like somehow this is what we was just. You've come up
That don't
and
even make
said.
sense to you.
You've
That don't even make sense to you. Do it. You laugh at yourself.
No, I'm
Is-
laughing at you. I'm laughing at your Dunning-Kruger evidence that
Listen
we've
to what
just
you're
been talking
saying, though,
about.
my guy, while you laughing.
What do
Listen to what
they
you're
know?
laughing at.
What do they know? These people
What
that do
are
it
you
for a
laughing
living.
at?
What do they know?
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing.
Sea level. Sea level. Does
Wait a minute.
Does
I want to hear
air
him. What is?
or
Wait
gas,
a minute. Don't just
whatever.
cut off like that. What are you asking? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you.
Why?
Because you are laughing at the whole of science and physics like somehow David Weiss and Eric Dubay know more than them, and you've just been indoctrinated by YouTube.
So you laughing at the fact that you believe gravity is holding gas.
I've just told you why I'm
That's
laughing.
what you should be laughing at.
You can pretend
That's what you
that
should
I'm
be
laughing
laughing
at
at.
something else if it makes you feel better, but I'm
That's
actually
what you should
laughing
be
at
laughing at,
you.
though. Don't you think? Don't you think you should be laughing at that thought
No,
process?
no, because you think that you know more than established science. That's funny.
Why is that a problem for you? Why do you think the scientists know everything?
What has a flat earther ever given the world? Can you make a prediction of anything?
We don't know all the flat earthers in the world. We don't know who was a flat earther and who was not a flat earther. You just assuming everybody's a globie. That's what you assuming.
No, I don't.
You know how
I know
you
you're a
assume.
flat earther, so I don't assume that as well.
Well-
I talk to flat earthers all the time. They all say the
You see how
exact
you all
same
like to
shit,
get off
by
the
the way.
point?
Nothing you're
You see how
saying
you
is
all
unique.
like to beat around the bush?
Beat around the
You
bush.
can't stay on point. You can't stay on point.
What?
Your pressurized air needs a
I've tried to stay on
container, sir.
point, but you keep.
Your
What are you laughing about?
pressurized
What point
system
am I not-
Needs a. Your space is fake, sir. Stay on point, y'all.
Stay
Oh,
on
hold on.
point.
So you
What are
talk
you
about
talking
gravity
about?
and then say space is fake and say that I'm struggling to stay
Yeah,
on point. Do you
because
want to
you're
talk
telling
about
me that
space or
gravity
do
is
you want to
holding
talk?
the atmosphere down, and that's ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Hang on. Sea level. Can I ask you a question?
If you
Real
could
quick.
tell me how the atmosphere is
Can I
being
ask you a
held down by
question?
gravity.
Sea level. Can I
If
ask you
you
a
could
question?
tell, if you could tell, if you
Sea
could
level,
tell me how
sea
the
level, sea
atmosphere
level.
is
So
Sea
being
sea
level.
level, why?
I am
So
getting
what you're
there.
saying, sea
Answer
level,
the
is that no, he can't ask
Can
you
you
a
answer
question.
questions? Dang, y'all just
Sea
don't
level,
try to
sea
bombard
level.
me.
Sea
with
level,
these
this isn't
I'm
your
trying-
life. Go
instead
back
of
to
asking
Dips
yourself.
Live and have a bitching session if that's what you want to
Sea
do.
level.
Or you can sit
I'm
I'm
there
not.
and
trying
Y'all,
ask
to
a
get
y'all
to
the
the
question.
one don't
point.
want to answer no question.
But you have to
I
have
asked the question, you're not answering. You
patience
deflecting
of a
off to something
toddler
else.
to get through the
Christ.
question.
Now I'm acting like a toddler.
Why are
'cause
you
I want y'all to
terrified
answer
of
one of my
questions?
questions.
Why is
And y'all
every
didn't
flat
answer
earther
anything.
terrified of questions?
You
We don't
asked,
have a model. We don't have
asked-
to answer
Stand up,
anything.
You asked why gravity affects the atmosphere. I'm trying to answer it, but you have to have a little bit of patience.
No, you wasn't trying to answer that. You was asking me a question.
Okay, so
I
let
do.
him answer it now. Okay.
Oh my god. You ask how gravity affects the atmosphere. Does
Yeah, how's it holding it
the
down?
atmosphere
How's it holding?
does gas have mass?
Yeah, but it's not
I
affected by
wait
gravity.
for an answer.
Yes, but it does. It's not gas.
Yes.
It's not affected by gravity
Why not?
Matter is affected
because
by
gas
gravity.
goes in all directions. I'm sorry, sir.
Matter
You can't
is
have
affected
gravity.
by gravity.
your
No, that's
gravity.
it. Talk over him.
Matter
Completely
is affected
debunked. Just
by
talk
gravity.
over him. Why not?
I ain't trying to talk over him.
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying
are.
to get the
You're
word in. But go
literally
ahead.
talking
No.
over his
See,
answer.
what you're doing is you're trying to deflect because what
I ain't
I've
deflecting
said
from
is
anything, dude. We
scientifically
know gravity is not in the
true.
gas laws. What are you talking about?
You know the gas laws.
Yes, because gas goes in all directions, right,
Come on,
sir?
now, tell me more about the gas laws.
Gravity is not holding gas down. Stop it, dude. You with your mass and
Gravity
Yeah, tell me
affects
about the gas
anything
laws.
with mass.
So
Gravity
why is
affects
helium going
anything
up?
with mass
Is helium a gas?
because it is counteracting the effect of gravity.
What takes
Oh, right.
helium? What takes
There
helium
are
up?
certain
Thank you, sir.
things that
Gas-
can overcome
Gas
the
and
effects
gravity
of
have nothing in
gravity.
common.
What takes
Gas
helium?
and gas, they have nothing in common. What are you talking about?
What takes helium? What takes helium up? What takes it up?
We're not. Come on, my guy.
You just
Y'all
brought
gonna
up
keep
helium.
deflecting?
No, no,
You're trying to
you
tell
mentioned
me-
helium.
Listen to what you're saying here.
Answer
Why
the
does
I
helium
heard
go
you.
that way?
I know why helium goes up.
So answer the question.
why
No problem
goes up
then.
is the problem.
Just answer the question.
Then
problem is
answer the
for you.
question.
The problem is for you. Why is the helium going up?
Because of the buoyant force.
Because gravity is not affecting it.
Because
So
the
gravity is
buoyant
not
force.
holding
Why
your
is there a
atmosphere
buoyant
like
force?
you said. So stop beating around the bush.
Why
and
is
stay
there a
on
buoyant
point.
force?
Why is the atmosphere still with us
Why is there
without
a
a
buoyant
container,
force?
dude?
That's the
That's the
question.
question. Did y'all forget?
No,
Did y'all forget?
I've just created the question. I don't care about your question.
No, you trying to deflect from my question.
Your question's like a 5-year-old would ask. I'm asking you about actual things.
My question about.
Yeah, you sound about
how's
5.
like a 5-year-old?
Yeah, so the so
No,
can we
see, my
agree that? Can we
5-year-old
agree?
You can't figure out how you
Gravity's
got
real,
pressure on Earth.
So can we agree that
You
buoyancy
can't-
is a force?
Either one of y'all can tell me how you getting pressure on Earth. You said gravity. You don't even know what gravity is.
So
sir.
you just cited helium. So why does helium go
You
up?
don't know
Because
what
of the
gravity is,
buoyant
though.
force.
No,
What
I
is
didn't
in the
cite
equation
helium.
of buoyancy? Gravity. Thank you.
Did you just say you didn't bring up
They
helium,
just put
motherfucker?
that
Yes,
in
you
there.
did.
That was around
So what-
before gravity was even thought of. So what do you
Okay,
even? Wait a
so I
minute.
can answer
You
why
trying to
helium-
tell me?
Gravity was
Wait a
not
minute.
thought
You
of.
never
It
answered
was
the question.
always
I like the way
there.
y'all squirm. I like the
Snap.
way
Well,
y'all make y'all
You can't
squirm.
even answer what helium is and why it goes up. That's
I know
not
what
us
helium
squirming.
is. Why do I need to know what helium is? What did
Oh, I
got
don't
do
need to know
save
that.
Earth?
I don't care anyway. No. Helium
I
don't
do
care
say-
about. Don't bring
You
it
said,
up.
I know
If
what
you're
helium is.
uncomfortable,
Wait a minute.
if you're
You need to
uncomfortable
know about
talking
it if
about
you're gonna bring
helium,
it
don't
up.
bring helium
Before
into
I
the
came up
conversation.
here, you was talking mad stuff about flat earthers.
Yeah, because you're all
Before I
pricks.
came up here.
That's why. And you're proving
Yeah,
it.
but you can't tell me how
You've
you're
just
breathing
brought
air.
helium.
You don't even know.
You've
You
just
don't even
brought
know how you
helium
breathe
into
air.
the conversation and then ran
It
from
ain't
it.
about helium. Yeah, because
You
you talking
don't bring
about-
it up then.
You talking about
Don't
gravity
bring
was
it up.
holding
Is this a
gas.
Don't
real
bring it up.
person?
You
Yeah.
said
He's a real
you
person,
said the
Bird.
dumb stuff of gravity was holding
Don't
gas.
bring
You said
helium
that
into
dumb
the
shit.
conversation if you're uncomfortable talking
You
about it.
said gas was being held by gravity. That's why helium
Sea
got brought
level,
up.
if you
Yeah,
want to have a
and
normal
why does helium
conversation,
go
we
up?
can talk.
I'm having a normal conversation. If I want to
Listen.
have one, you probably wouldn't be invited, Liddy.
Okay, thanks. So
What are you
listen.
talking about?
So listen.
What are you
Helium-
talking about? Wait a minute. This guy just told me that gravity was
Helium.
holding the
I'm
gases
gonna
to
explain
the
it to you.
earth.
That's what this guy told
And
you.
that does
I can
not
explain
work.
it to you, sea level, if you want me to.
You can't
He doesn't
explain
want-
that to me because that's not happening, Liddy.
Sea level,
You understand how
Gravity-
ridiculous that
Hold on,
statement
hold
is?
on, Letty,
Gravity's
hold on,
not
Letty,
holding
hold on, Letty.
anything.
Sea level. Why would you come into a live and ask someone to explain something to you, and then when they say, "I'm about to explain it to you," I don't want you to anyway. Shut up, you don't know. Do you want
Nobody
someone to
said
explain
that.
it to you or
Nobody
not?
said
You
that.
did say that.
You
You
cannot. You're in science denial right now. You're telling me
That was
that
a good
pressure
statement.
does not
I'm
need a
wondering,
container.
why is the
I
gradient
don't
the
care.
same?
Why is the what the same?
Why is the gradient the same at the North Pole
Why do you have a
than it
gradient
is
in the
anywhere
first
else
place,
in the
Liddy?
world? If there's a dome,
Why do you have a gradient? Why do you have a gradient in the
Can
first place?
people
Liddy?
get more
Oh my
than
God.
2 words?
Can you shut the fuck up and let me ask a question?
Dude, you don't understand what you're asking, Liddy. You can't have a gradient without a container either.
That's not true.
That's
and that's
just
not
false.
Oh my God!
If
that's
you
not
have
true.
a
That is
pressurized
absolutely
container,
true.
container, you
your
do
echo
not have
How
a
you gonna get a
gradient.
gradient?
Sea
How you
level.
gonna
Let me
get a
ask you this.
gradient?
Can I ask you this, sea level? Why
You
are
got a
you so
damn
sure?
vacuum.
Hold on.
You got a
Why are
vacuum
you,
next to a pressurized system.
No, you don't.
Why are
What are
you
you
so
talking about?
sure that you can't have a gradient without a container? Like what a gradient without
You
a container?
can't.
What makes you know that?
You can't.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I know science.
I
Give him
know.
a second.
I
He's gonna
just
look
know.
up the answer.
All
Now,
of science disagrees
because
with you.
you
So
can't
what?
have it.
So what's your
Sea
source?
level. If I were
What
to
would
look
happen
that
with
up
the gas,
online,
lady?
can you have a
What would happen
gradient
with the
without a
gas?
container? And it says you can.
What
Would
would
you
happen
agree
with
that
the
you don't
gas?
know science?
What would happen with the gas, Liddy?
Listen, if I were to look up, can you have a gradient with no container, and it tells me that yes, you can. Would you agree that you don't know science?
No.
Why?
You need a container.
How do
to
you know?
get
What if I look it
gradient.
up right now and it says you don't need a
I
container?
don't care what you look up. Prove
So
it.
you don't care what knowledge tells
Prove
you?
it. Show me. Now you're trying to tell me.
You want me
idiotic
to
stuff.
prove it in my basement how I can have a pressure
Yeah.
gradient?
Show me
Do you know how
a
stupid that
pressure
sounds?
gradient that without a container.
Do you know how stupid it sounds to ask me to do a pressure gradient
Show
in my
me the pressure
basement of my
gradient without a
house?
container, buddy.
Do you realize that doesn't
Pull it
make
up
any
on your
sense? No
phone.
one can do that.
Pull it up on your phone right now. Show me a pressure gradient without a container. We know you can measure pressure.
Thank you
See,
for coming up
we
and
know you're
confirming
asking for
everything we said
crazy,
about flat
impossible
earthers,
things
by the
because
way.
you
Wait a minute.
you have no
So
basis
go ahead.
for your evidence.
Go right ahead.
I'm literally
Go right
looking
ahead.
at you being wrong on my screen here, but you just said you go with science. Science disagrees with you on my screen.
So what am I wrong about? What am I wrong about? You got a pressure gradient without a container?
A pressure gradient is negligible in a container.
It's in a container. You can't have a gradient
Negligible.
without a
You
container.
can.
That's what we're
Yes, you-
talking
yes,
about.
you
What are you
can,
saying? What are you
sea level.
saying? What are you
Okay.
saying? Hold on. Say it again. Say it again.
To sea level. What if there were a bunch of textbooks?
Well,
that
say it
was-
again. Let them read it again. It's
gonna-
negligible,
I've
but it's
just-
in there,
I've just
and you
typed
can't
in-
have it without it.
I've just typed
You
in.
can't have it without it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Will you let me
You know
get
what?
further
You're
than
gonna
3
talk over
words?
Which one?
Are you waiting for me to read this? Are you going to let me speak? Right. I've typed in here. Can you have a pressure gradient in a container? And it says yes. A pressure.
We know that. We know we can. We talking about without the container.
Bro, shut the
dude.
fuck
Read
up.
it right.
You
Look up
asked
the
him
right
to read
shit.
it, and he's reading it.
Look up
Shut the
right
fuck
shit. He
up.
looking up the wrong shit.
Jesus.
Look at him.
You
we know you
are
can have that. That's the only way
such
you can
a
have
bunch
it.
of fucking
Look at you.
cowards.
You don't even know what you're
Cowards,
reading.
cowards. We haven't got a model.
Nobody's
we don't
no
make any
coward.
claims. We don't do this. I can't say this. I can't do that. Read it out. 3 words into it. There, see, I'm right. I told you. You don't want me to read it. Why don't you want me to read it? What are you scared of me reading
Dude,
out?
that's not the question.
Okay,
He
ask me the
literally-
question.
So the question he
Cass.
asked, the
What
question
Cass?
I
He
was going to
did-
give him, was
He did
Goodness
say that
gracious.
this isn't the question
He
he
can't even
asked.
stay on point.
Okay, let me. If he lets you talk, I will let you
Come
tell
on,
me
Liddy.
the question.
Pull it up, Liddy. Go
I
ahead.
pulled
Show
it
me
up.
your
I pulled it up
gradient.
for you.
Are you going to let him read it?
Show me your container.
I pulled it up for you.
Your pressure without
I
a
mean, to be
container.
fair,
Go
Sea
ahead.
Level did
You go
say
right
that
ahead.
it wasn't the answer he wanted.
Yeah.
So
Right, he did say that too.
It wasn't the
And
answer I wanted.
Sea level,
I want to
listen.
see your pressure without a container. Go ahead.
Sea level, do you
yeah, we
have
know it's
a-
not the answer you didn't want because it's not the answer that conforms with your delusions.
Yes.
Sea level, do you
Well,
have
answer
the
the
capability
question.
of stopping
Answer the
stopping
question,
talking?
dude.
Sea level, do you
So-
have the capability of stopping and listening for just a minute?
Man,
with
go
no
ahead.
talking?
Go ahead. Do you have the capability of just go ahead and saying what the hell you want to say? Go ahead.
We've been trying to, but you've been talking every time we
No,
start.
stop it. Don't talk
No.
about what I'm doing. Y'all doing the same thing, so
You're
stop it.
thick as shit. Do you know that?
So I
Sea
You
Level,
are
Sea
too.
Level. While he's
And you
talking,
are
can
too.
you go ahead and hit
And
that,
You got
mute,
insults,
that
but no
mic
answers.
button?
I
John.
don't care. I'll insult you
You
all
got
I want
insults,
to.
but you have no
Fuck
answers.
off.
Sea
Why
level,
you
don't
hosting
like
this?
it.
are you
You
gonna
dumb as
let me
shit.
talk, or
Yeah.
do you want to keep
Oh,
going?
wait a minute. They talking too. You ain't saying nothing
I
to them. They
understand
talking
they're
too.
talking.
I'm telling you
But
to
if you
shut the
stop-
Go
fuck
right
up.
ahead. Go right ahead. Say what you got to say.
All right, here we go. So the question is, can you have a pressure gradient without a container? And the
And
answer
that's not. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. The answer came, yes, a pressure gradient can exist even without a container. A classic example is Earth's atmosphere, where gravity creates a pressure gradient from surface to higher altitudes, with higher pressure at lower elevations. And
That's
lower
in a
pressure
container.
At higher elevations. Now,
He's
now you
literally
can speak.
just
What do you
read it
say
out.
to that? Now you can speak. What do you say to that, Sea Level?
You have to have a container to have a pressure
Are
gradient.
you
So
just
you
going to
just
negate everything I
disagree.
told
You can measure
But
the
you-
pressure. You can measure the pressure, but you have to have a container to have a gradient.
So you're just going to negate everything I just told you. What I
You
said is
can't
wrong.
have pressure without a container, dude.
We
I
know
just
the
answered
line.
that
We've
with
all
facts.
heard it 6 trillion times. Are you also going to say water always finds its level by any
See, look,
chance?
yes. Can
You
it
can't
have without
have
container? The answer is yes.
gravity.
What are you arguing?
Gravity.
With the fucking answer.
Gravity
You're not. Gonna
is
listen.
not
You don't care.
what you
don't
think
care
it
what-
is, and
okay,
it's not
how about I look
holding
up-
anything.
If
how
you
about I
figured
look
out
up
why
the
helium
physics
goes
website?
up yet.
Look at
Dude,
this.
you can
Physics
go on.
stack
You can,
exchange. This is a
You can
physics
go
stack
on.
exchange question. These are answers. People that answer this, they're professionals at physics.
Okay.
I always hear pressure defined as the force exerted by particles in the walls of containers. Blah blah blah. My understanding of pressure motivates me to think without a container, particles in a vacuum, since the force is being exerted in the air. Blah blah blah.
I
So the
love
answer-
I love how you have to read it fast because you know he's going to interrupt you at any moment.
You are so
no,
right
he read it
about that.
fast because it don't agree with him, and it says that you have to
Oh,
have a
yeah, it
container.
doesn't agree with him.
That's why
It
he
It
reading it so
doesn't say it,
fast.
just
No,
read
he's
it.
reading it
Says
fast
no.
because you're a fucking impatient
so
child
you
who
didn't hear
can't
the
go
part
5
about
seconds
the
without
particles
interrupting.
Did you pull
You
it
didn't
out
hear
of
the
your
part about
ass?
the particles
Okay,
bouncing off the walls.
hold
of
on,
the
sea
container?
level, Laurie, welcome.
Hello. I just
Hello.
want to say, like, it's so insulting when you hear that there's still flat earthers because, you know, I don't know anything about science because I know scientists are so much more intelligent than I am. But sea level, you're just talking out your ass, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you're
you
just
talking out
talking-
your ass. You come up here
No,
and
no,
talking
no,
out your
no.
ass, dude.
You're just
You don't even
talking
know
out
what
your
the hell
ass.
you talking about.
There's
Wait, won't you
no,
show
I know
me
there's
then? Won't you
scientists.
show
It's
me?
been proven.
Won't you
It's
show
been
me?
proven.
Won't you show me, dude? Instead of talking about it, show me pressure without a container.
You
Show
can't
me a
even say
gradient without a
words.
container.
I don't even
Do
know
that.
what that means. And the thing is, at least I can
Well,
admit
then what
that.
the hell
Neither
you
do
talking about then? You go.
Oh, thank you. Who did that?
Odd.
This is the thing. There's so much. People have so much confidence. Just talk
You
out
talking
their
about? I'm
asses.
talking
I'm not
about my
gonna claim
ass, and you don't know
I'm
the
not going to
first
claim
thing
I'm a
about what you're
scientist.
talking about.
I'm not going to claim I'm a scientist, but I know there's so many experiments that can be done that can be disprove your point.
No, you
So
believe.
many.
You a
Sea level.
believer.
There's no
You
there's
just a
no
follower.
experiments that
Effie,
can be
Sheila,
done.
the
Effie
difference
Pie, did you
between
mute him?
you
He's
and
just a
Lori
follower,
is
dude.
Lori at least admits that she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Well, you don't. You
Sea
won't
level.
admit it.
Sea level. Do you think you've got more knowledge than everybody in every field in the world? Like, would you? Are you a plumber?
No, I
also,
don't
like
think that at
a
all.
mechanic?
But I know you need
What?
I know you need a container for pressure.
Why
Yeah.
do you know that?
How do
And
you
Yeah,
know
why
that?
you don't know that.
Where did you
How do
get
you
that
know
from?
You don't know
How
that.
did you get
Can
that
you bring your
knowledge?
You
source
don't know
up?
that.
Can you bring your source up for
Can
that,
you-
please?
Exactly. Bring up the source. Bring
I
up
don't
the-
need to bring a source up. That's
Oh, I
common
don't need a
knowledge.
source. Yeah, I
No,
just
wait, you
know.
don't
That's common knowledge. Can
no,
you
It's
show
not
me
common knowledge
otherwise?
because there's
If you're
three
flat.
people
Wait a
here
minute,
calling you a
Show me
dick.
otherwise. Show me otherwise.
You just have
Sure.
twice.
I can show you
No,
otherwise.
you haven't. No, you haven't. You
I
told me
can,
some
actually.
words.
See otherwise?
Show me.
You can't even show
Show
us
me an example of
words.
what you're
Show us
talking about.
words agreeing with you.
Show me what you're talking about.
No,
Here.
show us
The worst
words
thing
agreeing
is
with you.
there
Because
is
it
people
doesn't
who could actually
exist.
show you. But the thing is, there's
It doesn't
nobody on
exist.
your side who could prove your point. I wish there was
What do you
scientists here
mean?
who could
My
do
point is
physical.
proven.
No. If there was scientists here, they could do physical experiments to prove how wrong you are. But there's no flat earther who can do
Oh,
any
my
experiment to
You
prove.
cannot
Because
prove
maths
that
and the
wrong.
universe dictates that the Earth isn't flat. That is maths and what maths and science dictates. And I know you just love being a contrarian and are like, oh, everybody's
believe-
wrong.
you-
This is so
you-
cool. I'm just
hey,
going
man,
to
you're
have
a
the different
follower.
route. But
You're a
hey,
follower.
not all
We just
opinions are
wanna talk,
equal.
'cause
And
you
this
don't
is
know
what
what you're
happens.
talking about.
This is what
You
happens
don't know
when
what
people
you're
think
talking
that
about.
their opinions are equal.
Can you show me, sir?
To a scientist.
Can you show me what you're talking about? Can you show me what you're talking about?
Who are
Can
you
you all show
talking
me an
to?
example of
We're having an
something
adult conversation.
being
I've already told you I
pressurized without being
can't.
contained?
A scientist can.
Sea level. What would you
And you
accept?
can't.
Can you show me an example of something being pressurized that's not contained?
A scientist could, yes.
Can you show me something that's pressurized that's not contained? Any one of you three.
What's
Yeah,
the
give me a
pressure
second.
at
I'm
the
not a
top of your
scientist.
Yeah,
dome?
give me a
What's the
second.
pressure at the top of your dome?
Yeah, give me a. Here you go. Here you go. Sea level. Ready?
It's contained. You're in a contained system,
No.
sir.
Can you wait? Can you just wait? Do you have the ability to wait and be patient for
Hold
one
on,
Yes,
I'll give you the
question,
big screen.
numbskull.
It
Calm
won't
down.
make any difference. But
Okay,
let's do
so
this.
these are two magnets. This is liquid oxygen. Watch what happens. There's no container in between the magnets. Just watch what happens. Okay?
You live in between two magnets. Oh my.
Just wait. My God, man. Watch. Look. Watch what.
What do you think?
Watch here. What? This is being contained. And these
That's
are
not
magnets.
contained.
That's not contained, according to you.
Look how illogical y'all are, man. That's the world you live in. Is that the world you live in? That's the gas.
But there's
that's
no
the air that you
container.
breathe.
There's no container.
Oh my
No
goodness,
container,
y'all
man.
are ridiculous.
You just said you can't have gas pressure without a container. There's gas pressure without a
You
container
can't.
right
That
there.
don't look contained to me.
It is.
Oh, does it not?
That doesn't
how
look
did you, where did you
contained
pull
to
that
you.
out of apart from your ass?
It looks sporadic as hell.
But that's
That is
contained.
not contained.
You
It
idiot.
looks sporadic.
I
I don't know if you
What's that
know
even
this,
mean?
No,
but
that's
our
not contained at all.
atmosphere is
that's
sporadic
crazy,
as hell.
dude.
Hold on,